Hello, my leaders. Hello, my friends. Once again, this is Reverend Moriah Hope Channel in my continuation on matters leadership. And I'll take you 7 minutes or so and remind you some characters that we need to develop. Everyone who is a leader, regardless the level of responsibility, but they are very unique and powerful traits that we all need to develop as a modern leader. Number one, we need to develop a sense of humility. A modern leadership is not as it used to be the 30 years ago, the 50 years ago, or even to some extent the 20 years ago. Leadership has changed. The citizenry or the masses are more enlightened, are more educated, are more informed. Democracy has gotten root, if not in every institution, but in many of the institutions. People know their rights. Education has brought in a lot of changes. Information through the internet has made the world to be a global village. And so even as you lead, hear this, you are not the only leader in the life of that particular person that is following you. Even as you teach, you are not the only teacher. Because with the exposure of information, leadership also needs to, can I use this word? Leadership also needs to know and to be reminded once in a while to know how to lead. So number one, a great leader is a humble leader. These days we are using the word a servant leader. So people don't want a leader. People don't want to follow a boss. People don't want to follow a dictator. But it's easier, the human psychology. People are easier to follow a leader who is humble, a leader who is a servant. And humbleness or meekness, or rather humbleness or meekness, is not a weakness. Underline that meekness is not weakness. And number two, a great leader does not brag about his achievements. A great leader does not scare people with his title, with his rank, with his position, with his salary, with his privileges that he has as a leader. Great leader does not brag about his position, does not scare people. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know I'm the CEO of this company? Don't you know I can sack you with a strike of a pen? No. A great leader does not blow his own trumpet. A great leader just do the work. A great leader just lead. A great leader just show the way. A great leader just answer to the call of duty. For those who have been privileged to interact with the high-ranking military officers, the levels of captain, the levels of brigadier, the levels of colonel, the levels light left lieutenant, the top leadership in the military, one qualities that come out very clearly about all of them, they are very, very respectful people. In fact, you 100 recognize it's them. You are in a social gathering. You are in a burial service. You are in a wedding ceremony somewhere. You 100 recognize who they are unless they are introduced to you. Why? Their decorum, the way they handle themselves, the way they talk, the way they give others chance to be in front. Maybe you are doing a queue. The way they don't fight over parking. By the way, they don't fight over parking. They don't brag about. They don't disturb other people with the iron car and so much as a show off. They are very respectful people. The best world athletes, they are known for great respect. The gold medalists, the top achievers, they are known for great respect. The great men and women in matters sports, in matters leadership, they are very respectful people. And number 4, which is more or less the same, great leader is very polite but firm. He is polite in his communication. He is polite when dealing with people, especially those of a lower cadre. But again, they are very firm on their decision. They are very firm on their principles. So politeness is good, because it is through politeness. It is through politeness you bring people closer to you. And once people are closer to you, it's easier now for you to communicate to them. So develop a virtue of politeness. And number 5, great leaders recognize their seniors. Great leaders recognize their seniors and they give them the due respect. One day, a story in the Bible, an army officer had a sick servant and he needed some help from another leader who is now Jesus Christ. And this army officer told Jesus Christ, I am a man in authority. If I command my juniors, they obey. And I recognize you, Jesus Christ, you're also a man in authority. If you command sickness, it will go. So you don't have to come to my home. Just speak a word. Just speak a word. And so you see, the senior people, the senior leaders, the great leaders appreciate and recognize their seniors and those who are in higher ranking than themselves. And finally, number 6, a leader is a person who exercises etiquette. Etiquette is manners to do with it matters to do with manners, good behaviors, especially in the social world. Etiquette in matters public. If I may say, you are who you are when you are in the dark, when you are alone. The activities that you do, the way you talk, the way you behave, that is who you are. And any leader, a leader that is influential, a leader that will have people following without a lot of hiccups, must be a leader who exercises etiquette. Is a leader with limits. Is a leader who don't forget who he is. Even when they are out for the company parties in a Kenyan setup, I know there are companies that organize, parties, the end of the year, celebrations. He don't forget who he is. He has limits. He has etiquettes. Is a man or a woman with a level of self-control. Because once you do that, you give people around you hope. Because this is a hope channel, now you know, with Reverend Moriah Hope Channel. Thank you. Keep watching. Another video is following this. I want to do a continuation on the qualities on leadership. Thank you very much.